Good evening, everybody. You are most welcome to today's ProDev Hour. Today is the 25th of September, where we usually have this program. I would like to honorably welcome all of you to this program, and let's bow our heads and pray. God, our loving Father, we thank you for today's program. We thank you for the great health that you have given us. May you guide all the members who have joined and those yet planning to join this conversation, so that the presentation we have, which is very important for our education system, to be well understood and well discussed. I believe that you will be with us from the beginning to the end. I pray, believing and trusting you have heard us through Christ our Lord. Amen. Members, we are joined today by yet another wonderful speaker, and it is my pride to announce that in the house today, we are going to have the head teacher of Wanyange Girls, Madame Deborah, who is coming to present to us yet a very important topic, talking about leading the digital agenda, actionable tips for sustainable technology adoption. The head teacher, Madame Deborah, is an eloquent lady who loves education, and above all, she loves ICT integration into the education system of Uganda. She has been a noble lady who has acted at various capacities. Currently, she's the head teacher of Wanyange Girls Secondary School, and she has formerly been the president of ASHU, that is Association of Secondary School Head Teachers of Uganda. She just gave to another person last week when they had their elections, and has attained yet wonderfully another very big position in Africa. She is currently the president of African Confederation of all the principals in Africa. This is an association for all principals in Africa, and you would be very proud to hear this announcement, because we have noble ladies who are doing great for this country. And she is a member of the humanity teachers. They always call themselves teachers of humanity matters. And we all believe that they do. As our counterparts, we have worked together with them in great harmony, and we pray that God continues to see us together. But above all, Madame Deborah loves innovation. I would like to humbly welcome her to this ProDev Hour discussion. Madam, we are expectant of very good ideas that you're going to get with you as we go to share in this ProDev Hour. You are most welcome to take on your discussion for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Auma. Thank you for the kind introduction. Good evening, colleagues. I am glad to be here this evening to interact with you about a topic which is very important in our education system, but also one that is I'm very passionate about: leading the digital agenda, actionable tips for sustainable technology adoption in education. Colleagues, like I've been introduced, I'm a teacher of religious studies and history. Why am I here talking about the digital agenda and technology? As a teacher for so many years, as a school head for so many years, but especially as a person who is very passionate about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So that is what brings me here this evening. Now, leading the digital agenda. As we may be aware, the Ministry of Education and Sports launched the Digital Agenda Strategy on August 22nd, 2024. This is a strategy, if implemented well within the next 6-7 years, the intention is to drive our country towards a digitally enabled, equitable, and transformative education. An education that is competitive and can transform the education sector, can transform Ugandans, can make Ugandans compete at the same level with the region and also internationally. Now, this digital agenda strategy aims at integrating digital technology into the teaching and learning process across all schools in the country. And of course, the agenda aims at bridging the digital divide between genders, between rural, urban, between the special needs, between the different genders, the different categories of learner that we have in our country. So the agenda is talking about promoting a digital rich curricula, expanding access to education using technology, and creating opportunities that enable research and innovation among our young people. If you're going to talk about competitiveness, if you're going to talk about transformation, we must be able to digitalize our education system right from our schools, right from the classroom. We don't want to remain behind. If you're going to know about artificial intelligence, if we are going to let our children explore it, experiment on it, as school leaders, as school heads, as teachers, we must take the lead in this digital agenda. So what do we need to do? We are looking at increasing ICT infrastructure and coverage in our schools, accessibility to ICTs. This involves investing in reliable internet and power solutions in our schools, investing in acquisition of computers, projectors, and any other gadgets that will ensure that teachers and learners have access to technology and digital learning. So, as educators, we need to support the establishment of ICT, but also ICT policies in our schools, so that all the different stakeholders, the school head, the board of governors, the teachers, the learners, the parents, the community, so that all these stakeholders in education know their roles and responsibilities and come on board to support integration of ICT in the teaching, learning, and also school management process. So with ICT, we shall be able to promote research in our schools and innovation. You and me know that the young people are eager. The young people actually grab every opportunity very fast. So it is up to us, it is up to you and me, leaders in education, to lay a foundation for this, such that every learner that comes into our system is able to capture something, is able to experiment, is able to research, is able to innovate, and before you know, we shall be able to commercialize, for example, our indigenous products, value addition. All of these come with, first of all, digitalizing the education system, bringing in more technology, and then this will open up the minds of the young people to research, to innovate, to come up with new products, to add value, all components of growth and sustainability for every society, but especially for our economy as Uganda. So, the digital agenda strategy aims at increasing the number of ICT skilled personnel in our country, especially starting with the schools. We have the teachers there, we have the learners there. So we want to capture the opportunity such that these people in school, and that's where majority of Ugandans are skilled, and then they start coming out of the school into the job market, into the communities, digitalized, technologically aware, and then they will start building on our economy, building the sector, and then we'll have better outcomes out of our education, and this will help match with Uganda's goal of education. Which goal? Providing quality education and training, ensuring access, relevance, affordability, and also aligning with regional and international policies and targets. So before I go to the next slide, the agenda seeks to review and update policies and regulations to support ICT integration in education, the teaching, learning, to harness the potential of digital technologies, to improve education outcomes, to ensure safe and responsible use of technology. So that is now our core focus. In the next slide, let us listen to our Honorable Minister of Education and First Lady, Mama Janet Museveni, as she launched the Digital Agenda Strategy in August 2024. The video, please.
To implement the interventions in this strategy, we must prepare adequately for the future. We all recall that in 2020, the world suddenly faced very unprecedented challenges due to COVID-19 pandemic, during which schools were closed and learners were forced to stay at home. This disruption had a profound impact on our learners, and the negative effects on our education and sport system are still being felt up to this day. The pandemic, however, underscored the urgent need for us to develop and apply comprehensive digital and remote learning solutions. As many countries have done before us, we must also begin to consider those. The digital agenda strategy, therefore, not only demonstrates our overall commitment to leveraging ICT and digital technologies to enhance our national education outcomes and service delivery, but also ensures that we are much better prepared to navigate the potential challenges of any future pandemic as a country. I extend my sincere appreciation now to our partners, UNICEF, UNESCO, for partnering with us to support the development of this digital agenda strategy. Please know that we value the work that all of you do with us in this sector, and we look forward to continued collaboration with you going forward. In conclusion, let me appeal to all our stakeholders in government, our development partners, private sector entities, the academia, civil society, and entire public to support the implementation of this strategy. Together, we can embrace the power of digital technologies and innovation to unlock our full potential as a country, and in so doing, build a bright future for all our people. I thank all the teams that have worked tirelessly to enable us realize this great milestone, and I congratulate you for a job well done. It is now my pleasure to officially launch the Digital Agenda Strategy for the education and sports sector for youth in our schools. I thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that video. We want to appreciate the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports for being passionate about the growth and development of education in our country, and especially now in this new agenda of digitalizing the education system. We got just one example there of the COVID-19 pandemic. Today you are in school, the next 2 years you're out of school. COVID taught us about a lot of things. Let us forget the negative part of it. But what was positive about COVID is that people now started thinking about technology, about going digital, about going virtual. Remember, all of you, how we used to struggle. Every small meeting you wanted to travel to, but now it came with this opportunity of telling us there is Google Meet, there is I don't know Zoom, there is I don't know what. I just want to warn you that I don't know a lot of technology, but I'm just passionate. Now you and me, the school leaders, and especially the head teachers, it is our role to ensure that we implement the digital agenda in our schools. The head of school plays a central role in fostering the digital agenda in a number of ways. First of all, we should make digital adoption part of the school strategy and mission. Of course, every school has a strategy, has a vision, has a mission. It has to be deliberate to incorporate digital adoption and technology. All of us are aware that the new curriculum emphasizes practical skills and real-life tasks. This ought to be the core business of the school leader. And how beautiful it would look if part of the practical skills and real-life tasks we are emphasizing in our school are also digitalized. Technology is part of it. School heads should ensure that in your school there is an ICT policy to guide in the acquisition, to guide in the safety, and to guide in the management of devices, data security, training staff, and supervising the ICT, integration of ICT in all subjects. Because it is easy to say, okay, we have a computer lab, we have computers, and yes, children go there to learn how the computer works. But we ought to go a step further and ensure that ICT is being integrated in history, is being integrated in the geography I'm teaching, and this has to be deliberate by the school head. I'll give you a small example of what happens at Wanyange Girls Secondary School, where we got someone, first of all, when the COVID pandemic broke out, almost 99% of the teachers were not digitally literate. But then we had one teacher who told us that he was going to bring his students together on WhatsApp, and then they start interacting, for that time, because we thought it maybe the lockdown would be for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. But we saw that it was extending. So then other teachers started experimenting, and then before we knew, we heard about the online classes. There was a lot of time in the lockdown. So we're able to bring the teachers together and we trained them. Every teacher now knew how to create a Zoom link. We put up a timetable, and now the teachers started teaching Zoom lessons. So as a school head, you ought to facilitate that. You ought to encourage that. However small you want to start, let it be deliberate, let it be programmed. I don't know whether you have a strategic plan in your school. Let that be part and parcel of the strategic plan, to say that whatever little we do, we keep on building on that. We keep on, ensuring that our learners are protected from harmful online content. Educate them such that even when we are not there, even when they are at home, they can decipher and know, I think this is good for me, this is not good for me. At home, the parents don't have enough time to go into the details of what their children do, but as schools, we can sensitize, we can train, we can inspire, and also it is up to us as school heads to convince our boards of governors, to bring them on board, to ensure that in our budgets, we budget for the hardware, the computers, the projectors, we budget for the software. How are we going to maintain? How are we going to expand? But also with the little we have, how do we put it to proper use? Now I want to give an example of what we do at Wanyange Girls. We have a room which we call, because we had cyber school technology first in school, but now we have a room which we call the cyber lab. We call it cyber lab because it started as cyber, but now we have a projector there, just one projector, and we have a laptop there. And then we have a timetable. So then teachers are able to go to this room with their learners, just one computer and one projector. And then in their biology, they are able to integrate ICT in the teaching of biology, ICT in the teaching of physics. They get support from colleagues because you have an ICT teacher full time. Now I'm a teacher of history. I may not be very sure of how I can integrate history into ICT into history. But when I sit with this teacher of mine, a teacher of ICT, and then I give them the ideas, which topic do I want to handle, and then together they sit and look for materials online. Sometimes they download it and then they use it in the history lesson. Remember, I am not very conversant in ICT, but I am using the personnel that is already there. I'm using this one projector and one laptop, and then I am able to deliver a lesson of history, but integrating ICT. And then we are able to send these children out to research because you have shown it in the lesson, and then you're able to motivate them, to give them tasks. They go and research, and then they will come in with ideas. And then before you know it, the history lesson is enriched because of ICT. So what am I saying? I'm saying school heads, let us not let our schools down. Let us not let our teachers down. Let us not let our learners down. But let us be deliberate. Let us be innovative. Let us involve our boards of governors. Let us mobilize for funding. You know, as you motivate the teachers and learners, they are able to create local content, which is also in line, okay, with the Ugandan curriculum and culture, as well as embrace innovation and research, like I've already said. We can seek partnerships as school heads with private organizations like telecom companies, NGOs, and even government. We have UCC. As a school leader, as a school head, have you ever written to UCC? Have you ever inquired to find out how they can support? I know many schools have been supported by UCC, but they can. You can do more to ensure that, you know, you're getting support from within and without, from the alumni of the school, from wherever. If you're focused and if you have deliberately put the digitalization of your school at the forefront of everything you do. And also, as a school head, monitor, evaluate, track the usage and impact of ICT facilities in the school. With the cyber school technology, I love them so much because they have a system which can help you as a school head to track usage. They will tell you in this term, so many teachers of mathematics used their program, so many teachers of biology, so many learners. So track. And when you track, you're able to see where you're doing well, but also to identify gaps. And then find out how can these gaps be covered. So again, it has to be intentional. It has to be intentional. So it is up to you, the head teacher, to encourage ICT clubs in schools. Last week we were in a workshop, I think organized by UCC and other partners for us school leaders and ICT teachers. And I liked where we were told that there is support for everything. For example, Kawa is they call it Kawa, I call it Kawa. Kawa is supporting schools establish ICT clubs. And once you support these clubs, learners will be empowered. They will promote peer learning, research, creativity, innovation, and hands-on. But where does it start? It starts from you and me being intentional in ensuring that the digital agenda, the digital agenda strategy of the Ministry of Education and Sports is now personalized in your school, is tailor-made for your school, because we don't have the same resources, we don't have the same programs, but you as Wanyange Girls Secondary School, what aspect are you able to embrace to equip the learners, to equip the teachers, so that you play your role in digitalizing the education sector in our country. So also what we have done at Wanyange and what you can do in your school is to encourage and support learners to participate in digital and technological challenges, innovations. There are so many in the country at the district levels. You have STEM fairs at the district level, the regional level, the national level. For us at Wanyange, every time we hear about a technological challenge, a STEM challenge, you'll find us there. Not because we know so much, but we want to go and find out. We want to go and interact with the learners from other schools. We want to see what they are doing with their resources and what we can also copy, what we can also do better. So at every level, encourage and support learners to participate in digital and technological activities. So in a nutshell, the head teacher should be in the lead to adopt and inspire teachers and learners to embrace technology and digital learning, as well as advocate for supportive policies and also funding, like I said. You as the head teacher, you as the leader, you should walk the talk in providing a conducive environment where technology drives learning and transformation, and also where technology champions digitalization in our school. So what are the challenges? What challenges do you find in your school as far as digitalization is concerned? What challenge do I find in my school? And these are areas where we can put our heads together. Probably before we go to this slide, the people online, if you can unmute and share with us the challenges you faced in your school, in your environment, as far as implementing the digital agenda in schools is concerned. We can hear from one or two people. Anyone who'd want to share with us?
Thank you so much. This is Teacher Boy from Magare Secondary School in Namisindwa district in Eastern Uganda.
Okay.
Now, one of the challenges that we are facing in implementing ICT, one, we don't have the gadgets that we can use to implement the ICT. For example, projectors, laptops, and the others. Now you find that we have so many students, but if you have one projector, it cannot be enough to cater for the needs of all of them. That is one. Then number two, one of the challenges is also the infrastructure, the computer lab that is adequate for the bigger numbers. And in addition to that, we also have a problem of power shortages. At times, power is not there, and we improvise by use of a generator, but still, it reaches a time when it becomes very hot and it stops.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's hear from one other person and then we proceed. Share with us your challenges.
Mr. Musosi Butairu. Mr.
Yes, thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam, for the program. Hello?
Please go
yes,
ahead.
We can hear you. Share with us.
Hearing you. Thanks for the program, Madam Headmistress. This is Musosi Butairu a teacher of Palisa Secondary School. I would like to thank you for the program. It is really educative and it has come, it is really timely. The challenges, some of the challenges we face, like the colleague has mentioned, is the development of the technological infrastructure in terms of the ICT labs. We realize that the schools try to procure some of the equipments like laptops, but in schools where we have bigger numbers, like for us in Paris, where we are almost having 3,000 students, well, we thank the government. We are provided with some laptops and some projector. So we realize that we have these things installed in one of the rooms, the main hall. So integrating ICT sometimes becomes very hard, where you have a number of teachers who would like to have the IC integration at the same time. You find that you are competing for the same facilities. So that is one of the challenges we have. Another thing is the staff do not have enough knowledge about ICT. So you realize some teachers, even opening a computer is a problem. So I think there is need for continuous training of the teachers on the same. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So that,
Thank you, colleagues.
yeah.
Yes, colleagues, you realize that the challenges are there. The challenges are enormous. Inadequate resources, funding gaps, cost of computers, projectors, and other gadgets is high. The cost of internet, data, internet may be there, but it is unstable. The training gaps for staff, they've talked about it. The big enrollment, we have talked about it. We also fear that our learners will access sites on the internet that are not good for them. Our schools don't have computer labs. They don't have computer lab technicians. There is no electricity. Where we have generators, the cost of buying fuel, and then lack of clear guidelines by our mother ministry. Do we bring laptops to school? Do we not? We are not sure. Do we allow the children bring phones to school? Do we not? We are not sure. But colleagues, let me tell you the biggest challenge we have in our school system today. The biggest challenge is you and me, us, the school heads. We have phobia over technology. We don't want to learn technology. We have a lot of myth about technology. So what is the way forward? How do we overcome this huge challenge in our school? Start with mindset change. Let us start with mindset change to know that it is possible to digitalize my school. It is possible to support my learners and my staff. It is possible to acquire these gadgets, however small, however few, but consistently. Start from somewhere and keep on adding. Yes, we don't have computers, and probably there is no money to buy computers. It is a used school. But let me tell you, most of us have phones. I traveled, and I did not travel with a laptop. But I am using my phone today to communicate with you. You can use your phone to start on the road to digitalizing the school where you work. Start small. For example, you can have a WhatsApp group of the staff of Wanyange Girls Secondary School. That is part of technology. That is part of digitalization. Do you have a school website? That is part of it. Is your school on social media? There is YouTube, I don't know Facebook, but I told you I don't know technology. But I hear my teachers now talk about a lot of things. Why? Because we have taken the trouble to train our teachers. So are your teachers trained? Someone said do it once a year. You can even do it once every term. We do it at Wanyange Girls from time to time. Last holiday, we had one of our teachers undergo, I think, a 2 weeks training. Were they 2 weeks or 3 weeks? I'm not very sure. But what she's doing this week is to take the other teachers through what the modules they were taken they were taken through during the holidays. So at every opportunity, let the teachers share with one another. Let the teachers teach each other. Let the teachers support each other. And like I said, let them go to the lab. Let them use that phone. Let them use that laptop, more than one person, so that I am learning from you, you're learning from me. What I don't know, you show me. What you don't know, I show you. So learning together. Do they call it a community of learning? Learning together. Benchmark. Visit a school where you've heard they are doing this. I know Nabisusa girls students bring laptops, those who are able. Go and visit that school and find out now how many girls are able to bring laptops? Where do you keep them? How do you ensure that they do not become a nuisance in school? So network, benchmark. Someone talked about one projector being installed in the main hall. Yes, start with one class at a go. Have a timetable and say from 8 up to 9:20, senior 1A. 9:20 up to 10:40, senior 1B. It does not matter whether a class is going to that room with a projector once a week or once in 2 weeks or once a month, because the enrollments are different, but we are saying start from somewhere. The solution is you. So bring in someone to train the teachers, or take a teacher out to be trained, and then they can come in and support one another. Encourage ICT clubs. We have already talked about that. The learners will do most of the work once you expose them, once you give them an opportunity. I've seen girls in my school designing websites. I've seen them coding. I've seen them doing robotics, just because we allowed the club. I don't know how to code. I don't know much about robotics. I don't know much about designing those things, but I have allowed it in the school. You bring in someone and you say, yeah, sit with the girls and support them. And before you know, the children are coming to you with very brilliant ideas, with very brilliant projects, but just because you've provided leadership. So school heads, can we be the leads? Can we be leaders? Can we not allow these children's ideas to be buried? Support teachers to acquire laptops, but start with the smartphones. All your teachers, maybe majority of them, those science teachers of ours, they have the phones, but they are busy on WhatsApp, forwarding things which don't even matter, which don't add anything to them. But deliberately use your phone, take it to class, and then use it to incorporate ICT in your chemistry, in your subject. So try it as a school lead. Share a Zoom, come up with a Zoom link, share it with teachers, and you say this time during holidays we are going to have the beginning of term meeting, but everyone is in their home and the meeting is online. Try it out. How many people are able to join? How productive is the meeting? So it is about experimenting. It is about being focused. It's about learning one thing at a time, and it's about being consistent. reach out to your board, reach out to private organization, reach out to parents, reach out to well-wishers. You know, people are willing to give us support, but sometimes we don't get out to go and look for that support. So start small, okay? Small programs, small activities, keep building on them. Engage all stakeholders. Prioritize digital safety. These young people in our schools are our business. So don't leave them to whom it may concern. Don't let them to go astray, but use every opportunity, and please review, follow up, review, follow up. It will show you where you are. It will show you at which point you are, and then where you want to go, and then how you can go there. So all these things brought together are going to help ensure that our learners, our teachers are being supported, okay? I have teachers now who hold Zoom lessons. I mean, COVID went, we are back in school, but during holidays, you see them mobilizing the parents because we have class WhatsApp groups in our school. The parents of senior 1 are on a WhatsApp group of theirs. The parents of senior 2, and I've seen these teachers mobilize the learners and the parents and sharing the links on these parents' platforms and telling them we have a lesson at 6:30 a.m. and it is free. To start with, don't charge. After all, how much data do you need? Maybe 1,000 shillings. So start small, be consistent, and before you know it, there will be a lot of digitalization of education in your school. So as I conclude, I want to share with you the 10 C's formula. These are something that can help you to remember things you can do in your school as far as digitalization is concerned. The 10 C's computers, C for computers, C for content. You can get content from elsewhere and bring it to your school, or you can create your own content. And I said, especially when you involve the teachers and the learners, they will start creating things and using them to build their digitalization process in the school. C for connectivity. Do you have internet? C for collaboration. You're talking to other teachers elsewhere. I've told my teachers that ensure that you are on a platform with other teachers who teach your subject. Are you a teacher of biology? Make sure you mobilize biology teachers, not necessarily from your school, but from different schools in the country. Form a WhatsApp group, keep on building it, add one number today, add one name the other day. Before you know, you'll have 10 biology teachers, 20 biology teachers, 100, and you can't imagine how much brainstorming can take place on that platform, how much learning, how much collaboration can take place on that platform. Another C, communication. So we build competencies, communities, the WhatsApp groups, the workshops for your subjects, but also workshops for teachers in ICT, seminars, all these clubs, competitions, culture, continuity. So the 10 C's is a way of helping you remember if you're building on the ICT infrastructure in your school, what are you looking out for? Start a culture in your school. At Wanyange, I've seen it now. The director of studies will say, this is the deadline for handing in your activities of integration. I want a soft copy. Please now enter your marks yourself. The report cards are online, they're on the computer, and so you history, open, fill in your marks. Mathematics will open, fill in their marks. Enter marks. No, don't bring for me mark sheets. Lesson plans, the head of department is saying, please, soft copy. Schemes of work now, give us a hard copy, give us a soft copy as well. So you are teaching, you're encouraging, you're checking, you're evaluating. If we've done this term, what can we do next term? If we've done this term, what is it working? Can we change? What can we change with the resources we have? So, ladies and gentlemen, as far as the digital agenda strategy is concerned, it is you and me who are going to make it work. We must support our government. We must support our ministry towards modernizing Uganda's education system. And by modernizing the education system, we shall now be modernizing the economy, we shall now be modernizing our society. As a head of school, you play the central role. You choose to suffocate digitalization, or you choose to promote it. And it is not about money. No, it is about deliberate effort. It is about being innovative and creative. It's about going out of your way to find support. Who are the stakeholders you need to bring together to ensure that this thing is working for you? So together we can overcome the challenges and create more inclusive and accessible and innovative education system for all our learners, for all the young people who come into our schools, into our institutions. So I just want us to be deliberate. I just want us to be involved. I just want us to be intentional. Education is at the center of national transformation. Technology is no longer optional. It is a necessity. The challenge is how to move from short-term projects to sustainable adoption. And this is the responsibility of all stakeholders in the education sector. However, you, the school head, has to take the lead. I'll repeat this again and again. Take the lead to mobilize, take the lead to bring together all the stakeholders, take the lead to pool resources, to budget, to train teachers in technology, to motivate them into integrating ICT in the teaching learning process, while at the same time you inspire the learners to create an enabling environment for the learners. Encourage them to form clubs. Encourage them to research, to become innovative. They are going to enrich their own learning and value addition. And the end result should be national transformation with improved and sustainable quality of life. So as educators and leaders, we must go beyond experimenting with technology, but rather embed it into our system in a way that lasts. Leadership means being the first to walk the talk. You and me must be the first to walk the talk. Let us commit to building schools where technology drives learning and grace and growth. And because the future of education will belong to those who can lead with vision. The future of education will belong to you if you want to lead with vision and also adopt with courage and sustain innovation and integrity. Again, last week, the last sentence this time, last week in the ICT workshop that we attended, one ICT teacher told us that if you fear to embrace technology in your school, technology is going to replace you. If you fear to embrace it, it is going to replace you, because at the end of the day, our learners must be supported to fit within the digital agenda strategy of the Ministry of Education and Sports. Thank you so much, all of you, for your kind attention.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Deborah, for this elaborate presentation we have had about ICT, especially ICT integration into the teaching and learning processes. I was passionately touched about, excuse me. Rogers, take up.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Deborah. And Madam Betty, I think you'll come in as you try to take some water. Yes, we are having some special attendees on this session. One of them, Madam Janet from UNICEF. These are the people who supported the digital agenda strategy. And when she saw this link, she joined in. Maybe she can greet us briefly within 1 minute. Madam Janet, if you're able to say something.
Thank you, Rogers. Thank you for the acknowledgement. I wasn't expecting it, but thank you. Nothing much to say except to thank Madam Deborah. What a terrific submission. I wish all head teachers had joined this meeting, but I know that the recording is going to be shared on YouTube. It has been recorded on YouTube, and I think we should make all efforts so that all head teachers can just listen to this submission. I just think it was terrific. Thank you, everyone who attended. Over.
Yeah, thank you. And maybe finally, before I hand over back to Madam Betty, Mr. Hamdan, there is actually some event which is happening next week, being organized by eLearner with the Ministry of Education and Sports and Digital Skills Factory. It's happening on Tuesday, I think, next week. Ms. Hamdan is one of the organizers. You can say something about it.
Yes, my great brother and old boy, Rogers Mokraeli. My name is Sechiziv Hamdan, and I know all these teachers and are excited with ICT. Roger, you didn't tell them that the person who introduced computers in secondary schools at Chibuli. So, and people started actually embracing. So we love the journey now. We have the first digital leadership roundtable and showcase next Tuesday on 30th, end of September. So we are calling upon everyone, the teachers, please. I'm going to attach there my number so you can call me quickly, and we'll be part of this event. We've already contacted the
Yes, sound has gone off. Yeah, so members, that event is free. It is happening next week on Tuesday in case you are able to come to Kampala at the National ICT Hub. It is a pre-activity to the Teachers' Day celebrations. Yeah, so that's what we had there. Maybe I don't know if we have. I think time is up. Madam Betty, are you now okay? Maybe Deputy GS can say something, and then Madam Betty concludes the time.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Rogers, for the work well done. I want in a special way to thank Madam Deborah for the presentation well made. And it's my wish that the ICT team propagates this message maybe tomorrow, and we make it viral such that we follow the trends. I want to thank everybody that has attended, and I pray that we spread the gospel so that the attendance increases even in the next presentations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rogers, for helping me through. Thank you, Deputy GS, for coming in. And I think we are coming to the close. I want to thank Madame Deborah once more and kindly request her. The kind of presentation she has made here is what the teachers really long to have. And she has sounded to be having a lot of experience, and by the virtue of being the whole president of Africa, we feel that we could still use this forum of ProDev to pass to our dear teachers a lot of information. And I would like to kindly request you, if in case you have certain topics you feel they are good for us, please don't always hesitate to consult UPSTU so that we are able to give you the forum to, and or any other person you feel could be of great help. Because our teachers' continuous professional development is deteriorating. We're having very few opportunities where many teachers are able to interact, especially with this kind of environment you have created, which we know is very, very vital, especially in the implementation of the curriculum which is going on. Whether you're a science teacher or a art teacher or a humanity teacher, you need to have ICT integration in the teaching and learning. And sincerely, the last statement you have made here, that if you fear to embrace technology in your life, then technology will replace you. Sincerely, members, we are already seeing technology is replacing us. One introduction that we have had is having the IAs. Those AIs, they are already, replacing us. The learner may not need the teacher now. So important we take up as teachers ourselves, come up to thank her, and I would do, if there is no any other comment from someone, I would wish all of us the best. As I invite Madame Deborah, maybe she could still be having something to tell us before we can close this for today. Welcome to give us your closing remarks.
Thank you. Thank you very much, colleagues. And thank you very much, UPSTU, for the opportunity that you have given me to interact with you, with colleagues on the platform. I don't know how you picked on me, but like I said, most of what I said is what I live, what we live at Wanyange Girls. Beyond that, I may not have a lot of training and skills, but it's the passion. is the passion, and this is something that we do all the time, every day. And this is something which can be done by all of us. However small you want to start now, start today. And before you know, you'll be transforming. You'll be transforming one learner, you'll be transforming a class. So don't you know schools that have a lot of gadgets and yet the children are not being supported, are not being given the opportunity? So yes, we need the gadgets, but we need more the passion and understanding that we can no longer wish away technology. And also to know that it makes our life simple. Starting it is difficult, but eventually it makes your life, my life, easy. So colleagues who are here and you are in schools where there are no gadgets, use your phone, use your smartphone. Contribute money in your department, in the biology department, and buy one smartphone. You see what it will do for you. So be intentional, be intentional, be intentional. And yes, more topics. We shall look up for more topics. Now that we have the platform of head teachers in Uganda, in Africa, we shall find out exactly how school heads need to be supported, and probably you'll identify, look for people out there who can keep on inspiring us and showing us how we can move from one step to another to ensure that the young people who are put under our care are supported to become competitive in the country, in the region, and also globally. Again, thank you very much and have a great evening. Thank you.
Members, join me to say thank you very much to Madam for this great insight. And I want to thank each and every one of you. I can see today our screen is full of flying appreciations. This is great. As we depart for this evening, I remain you as Madam Betty Auma, your National Secretary for Education, Professional Standards and Discipline. And please encourage us the next Thursday, we have yet another very good topic that is going to be handled by one of our great educationists from National Curriculum Development Center. Please let us continue to invite others to join this forum so that we learn together. I say this for God and my country, and good night.